What is going on, Outdoor Education? Coach Butler here, and today we are making venison chili. The ingredients that we're going to be using today are sliced tomatoes, kidney beans, salt and pepper. We have some salsa. We have about 2/3 of an onion. We have some chili powder. We have some ground cumin. And at the very end, we're going to throw some chives on top. First thing that we're going to do is actually brown the venison and throw in these onions before we head out to the Dutch oven. Now, I know I said today we're cooking venison on a Dutch oven, but since I'm at home, I'm utilizing the resources that I have. So I'm actually browning my venison on my stovetop. Normally you would do it in your Dutch oven, but to speed up the process, I'm actually going to brown it on the stovetop. So while my venison is browning, I'm going to add in these onions and I'm going to mix it all together. Once I brown my venison, I'll then head on out to the Dutch oven and throw the rest of the ingredients in. So while my venison is browning on the oven with the onions, I've already rinsed the light and dark kidney beans. It was 1 can of each, and threw it in here. The next thing that I'm going to do is add a 1/4 teaspoon of the ground cumin. And then after that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of the chili powder. Now, I didn't grow up as a chef, so if it's not exactly perfect, to me that's fine. I don't think the kids are going to taste a difference. The next thing that you want to do is add a whole jar of salsa. Then after you add the salsa, you're going to want to add in both cans of these sliced tomatoes. After that, you're going to want to add some salt and some pepper, and the recipe calls for quite a bit of salt and quite a bit of pepper. Now, typically when doing this recipe at school, I would throw in the ground venison with the onions. And once that starts to brown, I would then throw in all these ingredients. So I'm kind of doing it backwards, kind of doing it the simpler way, just because at my house I have a lot better resources. So now we're gonna head out and throw this all in the Dutch oven, so stay tuned. Okay, so for the venison chili, about every 5 minutes, I'm gonna take the lid off of the lid lifter. I'm gonna put it down on the lid stand and I'm going to stir the chili. You wanna be nice and careful that you don't get any of the coals down in the chili. Plated this venison chili, and I've added some sour cream, jalapeno, and chives on top. All that's left to do now is eat this for dinner. Before I do that, I want to thank Lodge Cast Iron for making amazing products, and I also want to thank the Outdoors Tomorrow Foundation for training me and teaching me everything I know about Dutch oven cooking. Mmm.